we will discuss the accounting conventions one by one. So let's start with the first accounting conventions we have, that is convention of consistency. What we mean by convention of consistency? According to the convention of consistency, it says that a particular accounting policy, a particular accounting method, and a particular accounting practices which is adopted once in the business, that should be followed in future course of time. It simply says that there must be a consistency in the application of a particular policy in the business, and that consistency should be followed year after year. For example, while we are charging depreciation against the fixed assets, we are having the different types of the methods. So we will consider one method amongst all, that is depending upon the nature of the particular fixed assets, which will be proves more beneficial. So once we have adopted a particular method, and that is supposed to be followed by the business in future course of time. That means when we accept a particular policy to be the best one, and that should be followed year after year in the business, we are not supposed to change it. Why? Because it helps in the comparison of the financial statements between two different accounting periods. Say we are making a comparison between the financial statements of two different years. One is 2001 and another is 2013. We are comparing 2001 with 2013. That comparison will prove more beneficial only when in both the years in the business it is following the same accounting practices. If two different accounting practices are followed on the two different years, then the comparison does not prove much beneficial for the business. That is what the consistency convention says that. Because when a particular method is being applied year after year, so it helps in a lot of cases. Mainly it helps in comparison, as we express it, because there is always a comparison of the financial result between two different periods. First we will focus on profit. So simply profit is not sufficient. We will focus on the growth of the profit. Say in last 5 years in the business, every year there is a profit. But question is that what is the increase in profit in the current year in comparison of the last year? So what is the growth rate of the profit? How much it is increasing? In what percentage profit is increasing in the business? Is it declining or is it increasing? Right? So this comparison is very much important for the business, and it will possible only when a particular accounting practices will be followed in the business year after year. So one thing more. So does it mean that we are not supposed to follow a new accounting practices? Does it prohibit business to follow or change the existing accounting practices? No, it does not mean that. We must be clear enough in this particular conventions that accounting says that yes, a particular existing accounting practices, policies or methodology, whatever it is, yes, we can change it. We can adopt a new one, but the change is acceptable only when it is desirable. When an alternative method and alternative practices will prove the better than the existing one, then only it is allowed to adopt a new accounting practices in the business. Otherwise, no. So we have 5 methods. It does not say that every year, say in the coming 5 years, we will adopt one by one. One method in 1 year, and the next year, the another method, the next year, the third method. No, something just not like that. Right? So consistency said that yes, there must be a consistency while following the accounting practices and principles. That's all about the conventions of consistency.